ありがとうございます、お兄ちゃん。
お礼なんて言う必要ないって。他にしてほしいことはあるか？
汗をかいてちょっと気持ち悪くて。
Hey guys, Ash here with WatchMojo, and these are the top 10 anime everyone makes fun of.
誰も言わなかったみたいだから私がはっきり言ってあげる。兄弟で恋人になるなんて気持ち悪いと思うよ。普通じゃないと思う。
For this list, we are looking at the shows that are usually on the wrong side of the joke, affectionately or not. Are there any anime you love to hate watch? Be sure to let us know in the comments. And if there's another anime list you want to see, go to my Twitter at AshJBo and let me know.
息が止まるまでだとどういうことだ。逃げるんだよ。
Number 10, The Seven Deadly Sins.
さて、せいぜいあがいてください。
No matter what Meliodas and the others say, the deadliest sin of all isn't greed, sloth, or pride. It's bad animation. At the conclusion of this series' second season, it was dropped by its animation studio and pawned off to another company, who then pawned it off again to an outsourced team. The resulting Sin is a show that looks like a parody of itself, with egregiously stiff action and characters that look like melted action figures. At least the laughably bad body proportions made the story's conclusion entertaining to watch, just not in the way it was intended. Number 9, My Sister, My Writer.
私とお兄ちゃんの愛の物語が全世界の人のもとに。
They say to write what you know, but some ideas are better left on the drawing board. When the shy Suzuka decides to publicize her light novel, she gives the credit to her older brother to avoid the attention. The only issue is that her story is about siblings who fall in love. Yeah, talk about awkward.
でも最近お兄ちゃんの周りには美人で胸の大きい女の人ばかりです。女の価値は胸では決まりません。
Unfortunately for everyone involved, the two slowly blur the lines between fact and fiction until her story isn't a pipe dream at all. The contrived setup is hilarious in all the wrong ways, and only proves how awkward their so-called romance actually is. And of course, this show has some of the worst animation in anime history.
まあいいです。見せつけるのが目的ですから。それでは早速デートしましょうか。お兄ちゃん。
Number 8, Gazi's Wing.
There's the Holy Warrior.
Oh my gosh, that skill! Is he the Holy Warrior?
This 3-part OVA follows a teenage boy thrust into a war-torn parallel world to save the day. Admittedly, it's a pretty generic setup, but what does stand out is its baffling, laughable, and insanely cringeworthy English dub. The lifeless line delivery is juxtaposed by characters that sound like they're screaming each word for no apparent reason. It's somehow monotone and loud at the same time, which is honestly kind of impressive.
I guess the footstraps must be helping him.
I intentionally fell off to protect the horse's feelings.
But credit where credit is due, this dub is so amazingly bad that it actually becomes a selling point. So in a weird sense, it did its job.
You are a fool!
Damn you, Yamato Takaru no Mikoto!
Number 7, Platinum End.
本当バカな奴ら。本物はこっち。
After falling from the heaven of high expectations, this show crashed and burned from its bland premise and blander execution. At best, the plot feels like a rehash of better battle shonen with a fresh coat of moral superiority on top. The biggest sin keeping this series from salvation is its conviction that it's far more complex than it really is. These self-righteous themes are downright eye-rolling in a show sorely lacking in depth, intrigue, or entertainment value.
神候補以外から神選びの記録を全て消しました。
Its insistence at being some avant-garde spectacle when it's clearly not means Platinum End isn't even so bad it's good, it's just plain bad.
しまった。わずかに後ろを向いた隙に神の自殺。
Number 6, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
敵だなってめえ。何？敵か敵か敵か敵か敵かだ。
The best part of this wackadoo family's hijinks is that they're all totally in on the joke. Yes, it's utterly absurd, frequently nonsensical, and just plain weird, but it's all tied together in a loving package that's hard to resist. It's been memed, parodied, and joked as far as Joseph can run. But the fact the series embraces its zaniness keeps it from feeling mean-spirited. Instead, the joy comes from discovering what ridiculous plots the characters will find themselves in next. It's a testament to the series' writing that despite an undeniably odd tone, the Joestar family reunion is still well worth attending.
7秒経過。ロードローラーだ。
Number 5, The Promised Neverland.
人間の世界をって変えようよ世界ってこれはそういう脱獄なんだって僕も作りたい
One of the inherent strengths of most anime is that they have some form of source material to draw from. Of course, that's only an asset if its adaptation follows it. After a stellar first season of mystery, plot twists, and mind games, the follow-up didn't go downhill as much as it did completely fell off the cliff.
私おかしいんだ私鬼を殺したくない
Senseless deviations from the manga broke the promise of the first outing with inconsistent characterization and unsatisfying MacGuffin resolutions. By the time the offensively rushed finale crammed half the manga into a single montage, this high-stakes thriller had already turned into an unintentional comedy. Number 4, Naruto franchise. Believe it, this seminal shonen wasn't always a beloved classic. An excessive amount of filler meant Naruto, he's just like me, Uzumaki, didn't always mature as quickly as his fanbase wanted him to. The knuckle-headed ninja's talk no jutsu wasn't a match for the full meme summoning technique that the community employed over the years.
エロ戦には本当の意味で理解し合える時代が来るって信じてるって言った。その話をしてくれた時俺は適当にしか聞いてなくって。
From Sakura's silliness to lengthy filler arcs to egregious amounts of flashbacks, there was plenty for fans to groan at. While the jabs have slowed down a lot in recent years, the instantly recognizable Naruto run has kept pace as the aerodynamic running gag of a generation. And now, of course, everyone loves Naruto.
さっきはすまなかった。ああ、俺も悪かったよ。
Number 3, Pokemon.
Pikachu the Horn!
Ash may still be trapped in a 10-year-old's body, but his audience hasn't had quite the same kind of immortality. As this giga-popular brand's viewership grows up alongside it, the same silly disregard for in-universe logic won't work as well as it used to. No, Ash, you can't just aim for the horn or counter a counter.
まだ終わりじゃない。ルカルカ、カウンターにはカウンターだ。
Oh, and those are totally just rice balls.
These donuts are great. Jelly-filled are my favorite. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
Seriously, someone needs to let Brock know what a jelly donut is supposed to look like. A storm of shocked Pikachus later, and it's clear this series has a few meme-worthy thunderbolts left in it.
The Bulbasaur! It's not fair, I want it!
Number 2, Oreimo.
キモんなわけないでしょ。うわマジ引く。今年一番キモい。
The forbidden love at the heart of this brother-sister relationship makes it low-hanging fruit on the family tree. But that's not all to blame for this anime's embarrassing legacy. It's awkward, overly dramatic, and seemingly indulges in every negative stereotype about anime culture to the nth degree. While this kind of central romance is hard to root for in the best of cases, it's downright comical trying to discern how anyone thought this was cute at all.
キリノちゃんから聞いてますよ。兄弟で恋人やってるそうですね。
It fails as a forbidden love story and as a deconstruction of anime conventions, but at least it succeeds as an example of how not to sell a romance.
奇遇だな。俺もだ。
私さ、あんたの妹でよかった。
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Mars of Destruction. When aliens land on Earth, teenage girls are entrusted with defending their planet for the sake of humanity. It's gritty, emotional, and moving, or it would be if the self-serious tone wasn't completely let down by some of the laziest animation ever released.
嫌だよ。なんで俺が着なくちゃならないんだよ。
お前には素質がある。
The straight-laced line delivery combined with the hilariously stiff action makes the whole thing veer towards farce. The 20-minute OVA is such a train wreck that it's impossible to believe it's meant to be taken seriously. But its panned reviews are a badge of pride nowadays. After all, while it's considered one of the worst anime ever made, it's certainly not the most boring.
この星を侵略したのは貴様たちなのだ。俺たちこそ地球人。
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.